Guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina with another episode of our Sunday night live stream show. That's right, y'all. It's Sunday night, and it's time to get rolling on the live stream show. We do this every Sunday night right here on the Hubbard's Marina, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Trovo, Twitch, and many, many other places as well. So appreciate y'all hanging out and joining us. And hopefully you're ready for another great show and a good time talking fishing. So I want to give a shout out to all of those of you who watch or who are watching and who joined us tonight. And also those of you sending stars, getting us started off strong tonight. We appreciate it. We've got D Beers with 2,000 stars, Stephen Batchelor, Larry White, Richard Blasak, Tagwin Stockdale, and Scott Flynn. Appreciate you guys sending stars. Thank you so much. Remember, this show is brought to you by our good friends over there at Gator Jim's Tackle. Gator Jim's Tackle is at 3301 Pinellas Point Drive South in St. Petersburg. If you haven't gone over there to see our friends at Gator Jim's, you're missing out. It's a great place, huge selection, a lot of fun, and they really are good people over there. So go stop by, say hello to our friends at Gator Jim's, and tell them thanks for supporting the live stream show and that Hubbard's Marina sent you. We appreciate it. Craig Robinson, appreciate those stars, buddy. Remember, for those of you not watching on Facebook, stars are a way for those watching on Facebook to show their support for the show, and we really appreciate it. It's a great way to help us continue to fuel these shows and do more cool stuff during the show. So first things first, I want to apologize for my voice. It's a little bit off tonight. Yesterday, had the radio show all morning, and then went over and volunteered at my son's school. They're having a carnival, and worked from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. last night at a carnival, trying to scream over a concert. So it was a little rough there on the old vocal cord. So my voice is a little strained tonight. So if I sound a little off, it's not the stream. If your phone's not broken, it's just my voice is a little off. Remember, if you want a chance to win free fishing trips, you do have to comment at least one time. We're going to be giving away over $800 in free trips. We're going to be talking all about what's going on now, what's coming up, and answering your questions live during the show. So hopefully you're ready for a great time, and hopefully you're ready to enjoy the show. So don't forget to comment where you're watching from and give the video a like or a thumbs up for us. We really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you're watching on Trovo or Twitch, make sure you follow our page as well. And then also on Instagram, you can pop over to the Instagram website. So go to your phone's browser, look up Instagram.com, find the live video, and you'll be able to turn your phone sideways and see the full screen. So keep that in mind if you want to see the full screen. Jim Evans, appreciate those stars, my man. Tim Dykes with 600 stars. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate your support, Tim Dykes. Now, also, if you want to win those free fishing trips we're giving away tonight, you do have to comment at least once on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream. So you go to facebook.com, look up Hubbard's Marina, find our page, and then comment once on that live video. And as long as you've commented once on that live video, you're entered for a chance to win free trips. Then all you have to do is watch the show live. As long as you're watching live, if you're picked as one of those lucky winners, you have to respond in 5 minutes or less by texting us at that phone number on the screen to show that you're watching live, to prove you're watching live, and you get to claim that free trip. So text us within 5 minutes, your home address to that phone number, and that shows you're watching live, and you get to claim that free trip you win. Jessica Hinkle and Tony Barnes, appreciate those stars, guys. Thank you so much. With that, it is time to get into these photos and show you guys what we're catching inshore. Then we're going to show you what we're catching near shore and offshore. Then we're going to get into the weather a little bit. And then we're going to get into your questions. Remember, if you have a question that you want answered live during the show, again, you have to text us at that phone number on the screen, your question. Because if you post something in the comments, we might see it, we might not. So if you want your question answered live during the show, make sure you text us at that phone number on the screen. All right. With that, let's get into the inshore photos and show you guys what we've been catching inshore. We've been seeing a lot of these black drum recently. A lot of black drum moving around the pass, up and down the jetties. Definitely a good time to perhaps catch you a nice black drum. The Jack Crevalle have started to show up more and more. We're starting to see them in the passes in the early morning, and definitely been throughout the day on the flats and around some of the mangrove shorelines inshore. This is our good buddy John with a nice big canal tuna or Jack Crevalle in the early morning hours. Philip Cavanaugh, appreciate those 830 stars. Thanks, buddy. Nice big redfish starting to move back into the back bays and back into the passes once again. A lot of them moved offshore, and they were really, really schooled up doing their spawn. Now they're starting to slide back into the beaches and into the passes and eventually to the back bay waters once again. So redfish are cruising back and really made a resurgence this past week as they move back into the channels, canals, and grass flats of the area. Redfish action has definitely heated up nicely. So very, very exciting to see. And then we've got the sheep's head. Sheep's head bite has picked up a lot inshore. We're seeing the sheep's head around the jetties, around the bridges, docks, piers, rock piles. Sheep's head are picking up nicely. We've got a nice sheep's head off the dock the other day with a pass crab on the bottom. So sheep's head, definitely exciting to see them getting pretty prolific and aggressive once again. Snook are still around despite the cooler weather. We still got a few on the beaches, in the passes in the early morning, and even in the daytime. You can see here, we're still pulling them up. Richie got him a nice one the other morning. Captain Rich pulled one up off the dock. Another one from Gator's side. All over the area, the snook are biting well, but most of the snook, a lot of the snook, have moved into the back bay waters and are hanging out the mouths of the creeks, rivers, bayous. We're seeing more of those snook move back into the bay. Trout bite is picking up already, which is cool. Water temperatures cooled down. The trout are definitely getting more and more aggressive and a little bit more concentrated. We've seen the cobia show up inshore and even at some of our nearshore wrecks. So pretty cool to see the cobia numbers start to pick up. There was a lot of talk about cobia numbers kind of dwindling down and not being a lot of cobia in the area, and then all of a sudden we saw a good push of them this past week, so hopefully that'll continue for us. We showed you what we're catching inshore. Now we're going to work our way near shore and offshore, show you guys what we're getting after near shore and offshore. This is the big news. The hogfish. The hogfish bite is here. It is on. It is popping. Yesterday, the Skyway Fishing Club, Nick Nieves and his friends from the Skyway Fishing Club went out there on a 10-hour private charter, and they slapped the hogfish with Captain Frank on the Friendly Fisherman. And we've got 2 light loads on our 10-hour all-day trip this week. So great opportunity to get out there on the 10-hour all-day, especially Tuesday. I think there's only 17 people going out there on the 10-hour Tuesday, and Captain Frank is running Tuesday and Thursday and is targeting those hogfish. Captain Bobby is after the hogfish on Sunday's 10-hour, and it's a great opportunity right now to get these good-eating hogfish. Craig Robinson, thanks for those stars, buddy. Even on our half day, we're catching a few nice hogfish. Generally, the half days have been seeing around 5 to 6 nice keeper hogs. 10-hour trips, anywhere from a dozen, 2 dozen, even upwards of 3 dozen hogfish. So really, really cool to see the hogfish bite picking up so early and so aggressively. We're seeing some really nice ones and definitely some good numbers of the hogfish. Also, gag grouper have really come inshore in a big way. We've been crushing the gag grouper on our hub, 5-hour private fishing charters. Captain James, one of our young guns who's kind of setting things on fire there near shore, is using mirror lure stretch lipped plugs. So we've always used the Nomad DTX, the Rapala X-Wrap. The mirror lures are a little smaller, their bills are a little smaller, but they are destroying the gag grouper right now, and they're much more affordable. A Nomad DTX lure is like $30-$35. A Rapala X-Wrap is like $20-$25. These mirror lure lipped plugs are like $12-$15, and they are doing really well on the gags. The pink and the orange color, the red head, white body. Captain James is trolling up a lot of keeper gags. We don't have any photos of it this week. Next week, we'll have a bunch of them. He sent me a bunch in the last couple days. I just hadn't got around to getting them all up for tonight's show, but we'll have them for you next week. So gag grouper near shore is going really well on the hub trolling. We're catching a handful of them on our 10-hour all-day trip. But you can see here, the offshore bite for the gag grouper has been hot. We've been seeing some really nice gag grouper out deep. The red grouper have been a little tricky. The red snapper have been a little tricky. We're still seeing a lot of red grouper and a lot of red snapper, but we are still finding some nice gags mixed in there. The scamp, the gags, the mangroves, the yellowtails, we can bring all of those fish home. And just having to sort through some nice red grouper to get to the gags. We did really well again today. Captain Seabass took out the 12-hour extreme trip, got some really nice fish, and did really well. So bite is going well. Offshore, Captain Rich, Captain Seabass on the Flying Hub 2. Near shore, Captain James on the hub, trolling up the gags. Captain Frank, Captain Bobby, getting the hogfish on the party boats. Kingfish are sprinkling in. We're catching the kingfish here and there. Smokey got a nice one on the half day the other day. We've been catching a few on the all day. The 12-hour extreme, the private charters have been seeing some big ones. So the kingfish are here, but not really super prolific. But we are starting to see them more and more. Craig Robinson, appreciate those stars again, buddy. Thank you. Some nice mangrove snapper as of late, too. The mangrove snapper bite, we haven't forgot about them, and we're catching some nice mangroves, some big boys, some fatties. So nice mangrove snapper action. Triggerfish are still open. I think someone forgot about triggerfish. I can't believe the season's still open. We went from having like 1, 2, 3 month seasons on triggerfish. They've been open since March. They always close in June and July for a spawning season closure. But this year they opened March 1st. They closed in June and July for their spawning season closure. And they've been open since August 1st again. And no closure in sight yet for those triggerfish. So pretty cool. Nice big yellowtail on the hub the other day. Our friend Anthony Smith caught that one. So pretty cool. Richard Fonzo, what's up? Thank you, man. Appreciate the stars. So as you can see, guys, fishing is going well. And what's kind of weird is weather. Weather's kind of weird right now. And we're going to show you why we are saying that now. Because definitely a little strange with the weather. Josh is waving me off. Are we looking at the new weather page? We have a new website coming tomorrow, guys. Did you know that? Are you excited? Because you should be. It's really, really cool. So we also have our new calendars. Are we showing that too? Let's just show that too. So our 2023 calendars are here. So you want a calendar with great fishing photos, dolphin photos, and more. We've got our 2023 calendars. They will be available for you tomorrow on our website. You'll have this pop up at the homepage. You'll be able to get your calendar online. If you're a Regulars Club member, if you're a Supporters Club member, you can claim a free calendar. So we're going to give out the calendars for free to our Supporters Club members, to our Regulars Club, And if you are not, they are only $8. So you can stop by the shop, pick up your 2023 calendar with moon phases and a bunch of great photos and some helpful tips, tricks, reminders, and really, really cool Hubbard's Marina calendar. So you can think about all your great times on the water all year next year for only $8. Or if you're a Regulars Club member or a Supporters Club member, it'll be free. So we've got our brand new website launching tomorrow. This will launch probably around mid-morning tomorrow. Really, really cool. It's going to be super mobile responsive, so it's going to be even easier to cruise via a phone, and really, really fancy on a computer. It definitely changes dramatically computer versus phone. A little bit of an expanded, easier maneuverability in the menus. The shop has been expanded and made it easier to cruise the shop. And the weather page has also been shaken up a little bit. It's under info and it's also under fishing trips. So lots of different ways you can get to the weather links page on multiple menus, even on the new website. So we're going to start with our wind finder forecast as we always do. The new website, all our helpful links are still there, just the layout changed a little bit. We're going to start in the 5 to 10 hour forecast area. And son of a sailor. This morning when I looked at this, it was all dark blue. Don Shuett, what's up, buddy? Thanks for those stars. Appreciate it, man. So this kind of ruined what I was saying. I was going to say the weather's weird right now because we have another 9-day period of low winds, but of course, the weather loves to make me look bad, and we've got a little bit of a period of increased weather here. But hey, still a really nice stretch here for this time of year for cold front season. Late October, early November. This is a really good weather forecast. We've got 4 days of really, really nice clear weather, and that's super, super awesome. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday is gorgeous. We get a nice little cold front there Thursday night, it looks like, and that's going to make the wind a little bit high, as probably what this is a pressure ridge fighting over the area, creating a little bit more wind out of the east, but not too bad near shore. So it won't look, at least forecast right now, it won't mess up our near shore fishing trips. Our 5 and 10 hour trips won't be affected by this wind for the 4th, 5th, and 6th. But it's early. That's 5 days away, so that can change pretty drastically. Like I said this morning, it was all dark blue. So being as though it was dark blue this morning and now it's a little bit higher wind called for the 4th, 5th, and 6th, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I wouldn't stress over it because most likely it will probably be a little bit fluctuating through the week. So I wouldn't worry about this too much. Then we're going to get back to the weather links page. We'll look at the offshore forecast, the 12-hour extreme area. You can see the wind is pretty much the same through the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday all looks really good. Weekend it picks up, but it's not enough weather. Even right now, the weather forecast looks plenty decent for our 44-hour trip that we have scheduled. A little bumpy, but not too bad. And to be honest, that's probably better because what I was seeing this morning forecasted for this upcoming weekend's 44-hour was like 1 to 2 foot and almost no wind. And that can sometimes be a bad thing. The weather can be really nice this time of year, and the fish kind of get confused, and they kind of stop moving around, and they don't start their normal patterns. So I'm kind of happy to see a little bit of a blow coming. That'll get the stone crabs moving. That'll get the gag grouper still coming in, and keep those hogfish biting well. So not a terrible thing. And like I said, it could completely change. It's still really, really early, so I'm not stressed about it yet. Josh, I think it's time to give away our first free trip of the night. Let's give away our first free trip of the night, and then we're going to get into your questions. Remember, if you have a question you want answered live during the show, make sure you text it into the phone number on the screen. So don't forget to text in your questions to the phone number on the screen. Let's see who won our first free trip of the night. We're going to give away our 5-hour half day. So this is going to be a 5-hour half day for 2 guests. 5-hour half day for 2 guests goes to Robert Keel from Clearwater. Congratulations, Robert. We appreciate you watching, brother. Remember, if you're picked as one of the lucky winners for one of the trips we're giving away tonight, you do have to claim it by texting us your full home address to that phone number on the screen within about 5 minutes to prove you're watching live. So congrats on the win, Robert Keel. Make sure you text us within 5 minutes to prove you're watching live. What's going on, Capt Mike? We got Capt Mike Anderson on the phone, y'all. We're going to get a quick check-in with Captain Mike and see what's going on the world of inshore fishing from the man. What's up, buddy?
How's my brother? You good?
I'm doing well, man. I am getting rolling on this live show. Looking forward to Tuesday night hanging out with you at our Florida Guides annual meeting, which all of you guys are welcome to join November 1st, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Captain Mike Anderson and myself will be hanging out at Gator Gyms, and we're going to be hanging out with a bunch of Florida guides from all over the state. A bunch of really, really cool people will be there from fisheries science, management, and enforcement. A bunch of captains. We're going to be raising money for a great cause, helping people out who are affected by Hurricane Ian. So definitely join us for the Florida Guides Association annual shindig, Tuesday night, 6 p.m. at Gator Gyms, and we're excited about it. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool, man. I haven't been involved in the Florida Guides Association in a while, so I'm looking forward to getting back involved. All the great things that you've done there. Bringing it back to life and getting it pointed in the right direction are the reasons that I rejoined the Florida Guides Association, and I'm looking forward to the meeting. There's a lot of good people involved now, so I'm excited to see what we can do as a group.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time for sure, and it's always so entertaining. I saw tonight someone said, I wish I knew about this sooner, a local, pretty reputable guy, and I was like, man, we've been posting about it in the Florida Guides Association of newsletter for like 3 months. Been posting it to our Facebook for a long time, so I'm surprised to hear a guide doesn't know about it. For the public, we just made it public 2 weeks ago, so for those of you watching, it was a guides-only event. Now it's open to the public, so hopefully everybody knows about the event, and hopefully we'll see you all there. It's going to be a good time. Again, Tuesday night, 6 p.m. This Tuesday, 6 p.m. And how are things going inshore? What did you catch this week?
You know what? It was an interesting week, and I'm looking forward to getting back on the water tomorrow morning. Just because everything's kind of alive. You know, that water temp's down, and it's October. The days are getting shorter by the minute, and everything's alive. I mean, we caught amberjack in 30 foot of water, which is a little crazy. I don't remember that I've ever done that before. The permit bite's good. Cobia showed up really thick. The triple tail have been solid. Spanish mackerel along the beaches have been really good. There's a few kingfish being caught. Inshore, the trout bite, if I'm being honest, I'd really rather people not harvest them right now, even though it's legal. I'd rather not harvest them personally. But my trout bite this week was good in some areas that we haven't seen any trout. So it's good to see a little bounce back there.
Yeah.
That's a positive. The snook bite, redfish bite's been pretty solid. So overall, it's good. The bait was good last week. So hopefully that'll hold true this week as well. And, we'll get out there and catch some fish. I'm going to do some shallow water group of fishing the end of the week up in Crystal River.
With Brandon,
so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Brandon Branch. Yeah, if you're going to do it, go with the man. And he's definitely a sicko. Captain Brandon Branch up there out of Crystal River. He's a freak. So awesome. I'm looking forward to that trip. So it should be a good week. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, real cool.
Dude, speaking of grouper on plugs, the mirror lures. I was unaware MirrOlure made such a big lipped plug, and you remember JJ called in at the end
Sure.
on Saturday show. His son,
Yeah.
Captain James, he's been tearing up the gags, trolling those big MirrOlure lipped plugs. It is
MirrOlure
insane.
25 plus. They got some great colors.
That's it. Yeah.
They've got a fire tiger that I'm very fond of. They've got a blue with like silver sides that works really, really well.
Yeah.
They've got a green and silver that's excellent, a black and silver that's excellent. Very, very good baits.
I didn't know they made a lure that big. I honestly didn't.
MirrOlure, the MirrOlure 25 plus. Now
Crazy.
they don't make any of the trolling baits any smaller than that.
Yeah.
Like some of the other companies will have, stuff that runs in, 8 or 10 foot of water.
Yeah.
MirrOlure doesn't do that, but they do make the 25 plus, and it's a great. I've caught a lot of grouper, and again, whenever I think about it, I'm a little ashamed of myself because I haven't done it much in the last probably 8 to 10 years. But when I first started guiding, I ran, a handful of grouper trips every, fall, November, usually November, December, January, in there somewhere. I guess that would be more like winter. But like we used to do that when it was cold and kind of snotty out. We used to just, grab some MirrOlure 25 pluses and hit the shipping channel and just roll them rock piles. And we caught a pile of fish doing that, a pile of them.
Yeah, that's what started it. It was 2 weeks ago when we had that one really big front. It was right the day after the front. It was too rough to go offshore, and he was like, "Oh, I'll go to the Skyway and we'll troll the shipping channel with these plugs." And I was like, "Dude, I don't think we have any Rapalas." And he was like, "Oh, I don't need Rapalas. I use a MirrOlure." So I was like, "What?" I thought he was mistaken on what lure it was, and then he showed me the other day. I was like, "Man, those are really nice." I didn't realize MirrOlure made that 25 plus, and it's been killing it for us. So pretty awesome.
It's a great bait. It's easy to do. I tell people all the time,
tie it up straight.
The key to that deal, in my opinion, is that it has to touch the bottom.
Yeah.
You have that lip on that plug has to come back scuffed up from the rock piles. If it's not banging on the rocks coming through there, you're not going to get bit. You're just not deep enough. It's just, it's just the way it works.
Well, if you're doing it like Mike, make sure you buy a lot of MirrOlures because you're gonna catch a few. Actually,
be surprised. It's not too bad. You do a little better with that than you think because that lip's so far out front that it bumps and then kind of lifts up. Yeah. Again, you will lose some for sure doing it that way, but it's my experience, and I'm not really great at it for sure. I could go do it and catch some fish, but there's guys way better at it than I am. Like sounds like your captain is. But to me, if you're not getting a little bounce, a little tap on the rocks when you come over the rock piles, then you're not close enough to the rocks.
There you go. If you're not losing plugs, you're not. Same thing on the bottom. If you're not touching bottom, you're not in the game. But,
and it's similar to my inshore philosophy. And it's why I have to be so careful when I'm throwing artificials. That strike zone is only, that first 8 or 10 inches above the grass. If you're chasing trout or something, or even redfish, they're not going to, a lot of times they won't chase it, 2 feet, 3 feet up in the water column. So you have to make sure you're putting those lures in the strike zone. And when you're trolling out there, that's the strike zone coming right across the top of them rocks. They're sitting on the other side of that in the tide, waiting for that bait to just crawl over the top of that rock pile, and then they can just whack it. So that's the key.
Explain surface poppers then.
What's that?
Explain surface poppers then.
Well, it's a different. How many people catch? I've never caught a gag grouper on a surface popper. I know guys get them chummed up. I've seen it before. I've caught some gags off the top, but to me, the popper thing is more of a tuna game.
No, what I was referring to is when you said the strike zone for snook, trout, redfish is 8 to 10 inches off the top of the grass. My head immediately was like, then why do surface lures work so well? But it's only in the early morning, like low light conditions.
And the other thing there is too is that it's often done in the shallows as well.
So
we're not normally. You're not working a. Right. Normally, you're not working a top water lure in 8 to 10 foot of water. And not that guys don't get bit that way, especially around the docks early in the morning. Yep. You'll get a big snook to come up and bust one, but normally, at least for me, you're at an area like Tarpon Key or over on the bulkhead or back in, Miguel Bay or something like that, Joe's Island, where you're only in 2.5 foot of water, 3 foot of water at the most, and you're working that top water plug.
So your top water is in the strike zone, 8 to 10 inches off the top of the grass.
Close. But I mean, you can way to go and screw up my shtick there. But.
That's what I do, man. That's why I work with you.
I know. Keep me on my toes. Keep me on my toes, buddy.
You gave me a really interesting idea. I've never tried a top water around the docks in the morning. That would be really interesting. That would be a lot of fun, getting all those
probably,
fish.
Especially with the big snook you got around your docks.
Ooh. Yeah, next summer, that's going to be on the list. That's going to be on the bucket list.
That's a good idea. Get there just before the sun comes up. Yep. Good idea. Yeah, I like it.
Very cool. Anything else you want to add in? Anything?
What's the weather? What does it look like for tomorrow?
We got
Mr. Meteorologist.
We got a really, really nice little weather window here, Monday through Thursday, and then a pretty hefty front Thursday night, it looks like. We just went over the weather. So we got a nice little weather window on this quarter moon phase. Not a lot of water moving. Going to be kind of a one tide, slow outbound all day, and then a slow inbound for the afternoon. But looks like nice weather. So hopefully they'll be chewing as that high pressure relents. So the barometer will be stabilizing a little bit tomorrow. So barometer moving, clear blue skies, nice mild wind. Should be a good day. I'm
going fishing, buddy. I'll let you know how I do.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and we'll see you Tuesday night at Gator Gyms.
Looking forward to it, brother. Have a great Monday.
All right, man. See you, buddy.
All right, brother. See you.
Always a pleasure talking to our good friend, Capt Mike. Remember, you can enjoy Captain Mike and I's antics every Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's a great way to start your Saturday, when you're thinking about going out in the boat and you want to just hear two funny dudes joking around. I don't know how funny we are, but I enjoy it. I always think it's funny. But especially this past Saturday's episode was a good time. So tune in and join us Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's on News Radio 970 WFLA, but it's also streamed live to the Real Animals Facebook page and the Captain Dylan Hubbard Facebook page and the Hubbard's Marina Facebook page. So 3 different Facebook pages. You can catch it live, and you can always see reruns as well. So if you wake up at 8 o'clock, you still want to watch the show or listen to our radio show, you can always still catch it. Now, it's time to get into another giveaway. We're going to give away something else before we get started into your questions. So let's see who won. Let's see, we gave away the 5-hour half day. Let's give away our Salinity Gear gift pack. Salinity Gear gift pack goes to Keith White. Congratulations from Winter Haven, Florida. Keith White, the Salt Strong HQ. Salt Strong just purchased a nice piece of property out there in Winter Haven on a lake, and they're going to have a brick and mortar tackle shop. Super, super cool. Excited to see that for sure. Those guys always do it big over at Salt Strong, so excited about that. When I saw Winter Haven, that's where my head went, going to test bass lures at the new Salt Strong's shop. All right, let's get into some questions. What bait should we be using to target hogfish on a 10-hour trip? Shrimp, and more scrimp. Scrimp is the way to go for the hogfish. They love lighter tackle, around 30-pound fluorocarbon, 3 to 4 aught hook, and around 1 to 2 ounce of weight is a great idea to go hogfish hunting on a 10-hour all day. We have the naked ball jigs in our shop. We do have some 1 and 2 ounce naked ball jigs. We've got the banana jigs that work really well, and you can always rig it knocker rig style. Kind of the smoky Captain Frank rig is a 1 to 2 ounce egg sinker, 4 to 5 red beads, and then a 3 to 4 aught hook rigged knocker rig style. So a banana jig, a naked ball jig, a hog ball, or that knocker rig would be your 3 or your 4 kind of go-to setups. And then endless live shrimp. On a 10-hour trip, if you're going out there to target hogfish and you're going to fish for hogfish the whole time, I would get 10 dozen shrimp because you're going to go through them pretty fast. Tim McCardle, appreciate those 100 stars, buddy. And then Josh is pointing out a good point here, guys. Go to our fishing tips and tricks page. Go to the fishing video page. We've got tons and tons of videos on our website. One of them is how to catch hogfish and what rig to use. It's really, really great. It's 14 minutes long, so we're not going to play the whole thing. But I'll give you a short snippet because I need to drink a little bit of water here. But it's a great video, and it goes into everything. Hey, guys, we got Capt Frank here. This is Dylan Hubbard from Hubbard's Marina, and we're going to talk a little bit about hogfish today. You ready, Frank?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, so let's go into first your secret. So that was it. That's all you get to watch. But check it out on the website. We've got tons more great videos on there. And in that video, Captain Frank is about to promo what rigs we use, how to do the top shot, what line to use, what rods and reels to use. Really, really, really in-depth videos on that fishing tips and tricks page. So check it out and definitely use them to your advantage. Also, remember, live shrimp is the way to go. So buy yourself some live shrimp. We do sell them right at the dock prior to leaving, or you can bring your own. Live shrimp work really well, but also fresh dead work really well. So either live or fresh dead. What you don't want to do is you don't want to buy a shrimp bucket and then put it at your feet for the whole ride out. They will not be fresh dead by the time you start using them. They'll be pink, and they just don't work really, really well at all once they start to rot. So live shrimp or fresh dead is the way you want to go for hogfish. All right, next question. How about giving a Captain Mike trip away? That would be awesome, Dan Bennett, but he only does private fishing charters, so it's a little hard to give away a private fishing charter, but maybe we can talk him into doing that one of these days. I think he might be able to do that for us. Great way to do a promo. But it's a little different because we give away a 5-hour half day for 2, a 10-hour all day for 2, and a 39-hour trip. And the whole value of everything we give away every Sunday night is just over $800. One of his 4-hour trips is like $600 plus tips. So it's really like $700 he would be giving away in a foul swoop. And I don't know if he'd want to do that, but you can't hurt to ask, right? Thanks for all the YouTube videos. I love all the videos on the fishing tips and tricks page, from hogfish to grouper. That's awesome. I appreciate your kind words, Stan. Glad you enjoy the videos on the fishing video links page. Remember the video links page I just showed you, or Josh just showed you, that we were playing that hogfish video on for a second? We also have our Bass Pro Shops page where we have all our past Bass Pro Shops seminars there too. So there's 300 hours of Bass Pro Shops seminars where we talk about different things, cover different techniques, and every one of these live shows is listed on our live show or live Q&A page on our website too. So not only do you have every Bass Pro Shops seminar and some other seminars that we've done, but we have all the live shows and then tons of shorter little fishing tips and tricks videos too. So definitely use that website to your advantage. There's endless information. And weekly, we have the fishing reports that come out and get posted to the website. And the Weather Links page. So even if you don't fish with us, or even if you don't plan to fish with us, you got your own boat or you fish with someone else, the website is a great resource for anybody. Does the color of your line make a difference? In my opinion, very, very unlikely that it's going to make a difference, except if you're using like fluorescent green or high-vis yellow, it would make a difference. But if you're talking the difference between like pink, white, blue, mono, gray, mono, I don't think it really matters. But if you're talking like high-vis and clear, it would matter. If you're talking braid and mono, it matters. Different colors of monofilament that are still ultimately clear, I don't think color really matters too much at all. One thing that was trying to catch on back in the day but never really caught on was the Cajun line, the red-colored monofilament, because it is a fact red is the first color to disappear in the spectrum as you descend underwater. So I've always used pink line for that reason. I don't know, just something I grew up doing. But I really like the dark blue, the gray, white, clear. Just my personal preference. I like to stay somewhat stealthy. Definitely have never and will never use high vis colors. Some people have to if you have like bad eyes, for example. Using high vis line makes it really easy to see where your line is in the water, and I get that. But if you have to do that for some reason, make sure you use a top shot so that high vis line isn't anywhere near the bottom. That would be my suggestion. What is the best artificial lure to use for triple tail? Watching from Naples, Florida. So, man, I appreciate you watching. Sorry about what happened from Hurricane Ian. Watching from Naples, Florida. Praying for you guys down there. But best artificial lure for triple tail, in my opinion, would be a DOA shrimp. Really, really good artificial shrimp would be my best bet, my go-to for a triple tail artificial lure, because they love live shrimp. If you see a triple tail, you free line out a live shrimp in front of them, they're going to crush it. So a DOA shrimp would probably be my best bet, my go-to, whether it's a live target shrimp, a DOA shrimp. There's a bunch of different kinds of shrimp. Salt Strong has a really good soft plastic shrimp they like and use with great success. So lots of really good options for you. Let's see. Next question is, what do you guys do with the pictures that are taken on the trips? So Josh is going to show you right now. If you go to our website, hubbardsmarina.com, click Fishing Trips, you can scroll down to previous trip photos. That'll be the same on the new website too. Just scroll down to previous trip photos, and then it brings you to this page. And let's say, for example, you were on a 39-hour trip. So you click 39-hour. You can scroll down in the list to the date of the trip that you were on. Let's say I was on this trip. You can even change the view if you want. And now you can just scroll through and look at every photo on the trip. Hey, that's me. Click the download button. Really, really easy to download any photos from any one of our trips. And even just cruising, seeing what a trip catches or what happens certain times a year. This is pretty new, so we don't have a lot of photos on here yet, but in the very near future, you'll be able to very easily cruise through here and see what was caught last year at that time of year. If you're planning on going fishing in August or September or October, it makes it really easy to see the photos. And we put every photo in here because sometimes people just want photos of their group, so lots of photos in here. Pretty cool way to kind of see what's going on the boats, because obviously our Facebook, our Trovo, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, Nextdoor, Snapchat, TikTok, all our social medias, you're only going to see kind of one or two fish from one or two of the trips each day, you're really not going to see a ton of posts. Whereas that, every single photo was posted. So pretty cool way to kind of keep up with what's going on. How come I've never seen a hogfish come up on a 39 or 44 hour trip? That is a really great question, because they are out there. We just don't see them in bigger concentrations out in deeper water, because they are a more leader shy, non-aggressive species. They are out there. Some of the biggest hogfish we encounter are caught on our 39 and 44 hour trips. It's just somewhat rare. We only see them once in a blue moon, and when we do, they're really big, like 19, 21, 25 pound hogfish is what we pull up on a 39 hour or 44 hour. And most of the time, it's really, really big baits that they ate as well. Most of the time, it's one of those things that we just kind of luck into them. Some guys have had success targeting hogfish on 39-hour trips, and we've kind of narrowed in to early morning, sunrise, sunset, live shrimp has been a good way to potentially catch a hogfish on a 39-hour trip. But the reason we see them mostly near shore is because they are leader shy and unaggressive. Near shore, there's less volume of aggressive species. So like offshore on a 39-hour trip in 160 foot of water, you drop a bait down, you've got vermilion snapper, mangrove snapper, yellowtail snapper, porgies, you've got Almaco jacks, you've got a countless numbers of very aggressive, pretty prolific, high number of species, a lot of biodiversity in deeper water. Near shore and shallow water, biodiversity goes way down. No vermilions, no almacos, no yellowtail. So a lot less varieties of fish and a lot less varieties of aggressive fish. And the quantity of fish goes down a little bit. So long story short, near shore, we can fish in an area and the bite kind of slows down a lot faster, and it gives us an opportunity to target those hogfish, because a lot of times the hogfish are one of the last species to bite. So you get anchored up on a little break, a little rock pile where there's some hogfish, and you fish it, you catch a bunch of the gray snapper or white grunts, the porgies, maybe some black sea bass, you'll catch some sand perch, some lizard fish, some heads and tails, then you start catching a few porgies, and then all of a sudden you catch the hogfish. Bam, 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 catch a few hogfish, then the bite shuts down. Then you move to a new spot. We cheat a little bit on a party boat, because on a party boat, when we stop and 30 people, 40 people drop shrimp down, it gets the hogfish the hogfish start chewing a lot faster than if you were to be fishing on a 6-pack boat with 4 people. You got to fish the spot and catch 50 grunts before you get an opportunity to catch a hogfish. Whereas on a party boat trip, you get anchored up on a spot and 40 people drop down 40 shrimp or 80 shrimp if you're double shrimping. Then all of a sudden, a lot of smell gets in the water and a lot of smaller fish come up and start getting full a lot faster, and you have a chance of catching a hogfish a lot faster. So on a party boat, you do have a little bit of a leg up on catching more volume of hogfish, more quantity of hogfish, but there's a lot of other hooks in the water that they can bite. So it's kind of a little bit of random choice, dumb luck, definitely a little bit of skill involved, but a lot of luck as well to catch a lot of hogfish consistently. Whereas like mangrove snapper, I love mangrove snapper because if you know what you're doing and you're doing it right and you're following the techniques, you can catch mangrove snapper consistently and often. Going out there, you can be doing everything right, have all the right tackle, following every rule, tip, trick, and just the perfect technique. You won't catch a hogfish, and the 5-year-old kid sitting next to you will catch 5. It can be super frustrating. So hog fishing is fun, don't get me wrong, but I have been frustrated by hogfish many a time. It is definitely a little bit more of a finesse game. And, yeah, I mean, you can definitely be better than other people at it, but you still ultimately have to get that bite. And they're extremely leader shy and non-aggressive. So it is tricky. It is tricky. I'll give you that. So with that, let's get in. I'm seeing some really great questions in the comments, guys. But remember, you got to text in your questions, because if you comment something, it disappears in like 2 seconds. I've seen some really good questions come through, but they disappear before I get a chance to answer them. So make sure you text in your questions so we can answer them. Let's give away a 10-hour all-day for 2 guests. 10-hour all-day for 2 guests. Keith Hinkle. Congratulations, Keith Hinkle from Schwamberg. I'm going to go with Schwamberg, Illinois. Appreciate you watching, man. And remember, if you're picked as one of those lucky winners, you got 5 minutes or less to claim your free trip by texting us your full home address at the number on the screen. Remember, I did see one question in the comments that we want to go over. We are proud new owners of a new business. We have launched a new business at the east end of Johns Pass Boardwalk. Don's Dock is now fueled by Hubbard's Marina. Trademark. No, we are excited. Don's Dock is pretty cool. It's a Don's Dock Marina, Josh. It's a cool spot at the east end of the boardwalk. We actually currently have a seafood market there too. Wild Seafood is the brand. That is not our brand. That is not our company. It's a good friend, Jason Dela Cruz, and his wife Vicky own Wild Seafood, and they sold Don's Dock property, and we are leasing from the new owners of the property, and we are going to be operating Don's Dock and selling bait, beer, ice, and fuel. So a lot of people in the area want to stop by and get bait from us, but there's no spot to pull up because we have boats pulling in and out. Now we have a huge marina complex at the east end of Johns Pass. Now all our boats will be right on the boardwalk. The Flying Hub 2, the Hub, the Dolphin boat, our other Dolphin boat, all our boats will be right there in Johns Pass on the boardwalk. We'll have plenty of open dock space for you to pull up, buy bait, beer, and ice if you're on your boat or a buddy's boat. And it's going to be really, really exciting. Plus, our friends from Caddies, from Saltwater Hippie, from the big developer in the area, they're all working together to create a little cool hangout spot there too. So you have a little hangout spot in that bait house that's currently there. Will be a little Saltwater Hippie Caddies bar. It's going to be pretty awesome. So nice little local bar and fuel dock. So I'm pretty excited to say that I'm somewhat involved in a bar. I'm excited about that. It's not really my bar, but it'll be a bar in my ticket office. So I'll have a bar in my ticket office. It's pretty cool, right? So you'll be able to come, book a trip, grab a cocktail, sit by the water, and watch the charter boats offload fish. It's going to be pretty awesome. So exciting stuff. Don's Dock at the east end of the boardwalk. So stop down there, bring your boats down, buy all the fuel you want, and have a good time. Looking forward to it. I also saw a question about our 2023 schedule. So our 2023 calendar with January, February, March, all the months in there and the moon phases and some great fishing photos, they go on sale tomorrow. You can pick one up for free if you're a Regulars Club member. If you're a Supporters Club member, you can buy one for $8 if you're not. And our 2023 trip calendar, as far as booking 12 hours, 39 hours, 44-hour trips, those schedules will be bookable 11 a.m. December 1st. December 1st, 11 a.m. will be our schedule. Yeah, December 1st, 11 a.m. will be our schedule release. We also have a Christmas party coming up for our Regulars Club members and our Supporters Club members. Saturday, December 17th at 4 p.m. So going to be a great time. So lots of great events coming up. Also, speaking of events, we have the Tuesday night Florida Guides Association meeting that I talked about already. But we also have November 19th. So the weekend of November 19th, Saturday and Sunday, we got something going on. November 19th, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Metropolitan Ministries. We're going to be doing the Fishing for Hope event. So myself and Captain Mike Anderson, Captain Glenn Plaw from Average Anglers, Captain Bill Miller, the legend himself, will all be there unloading vehicles with canned goods, turkeys, a lot of non-perishable food, and we'll be working with Metropolitan Ministries to increase the food banks for Thanksgiving. The Metropolitan Ministries have completely wiped out their food banks, helping people down in Hurricane Ian affected areas. And now we're coming into Thanksgiving. They don't have any food in the food banks to get ready for Thanksgiving. So we really need to pour it on this year and do a good job bringing out a lot of people to drop off food. Metropolitan Ministries, it's on North Rome Avenue in Tampa, the Holiday Tent. North Rome Avenue, Holiday Tent, Metropolitan Ministries, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Saturday, November 19th. And then November 20th, 2 p.m., we'll be at Bass Pro Shops doing a Bass Pro Shop seminar. So November 19th we'll be in Tampa at the Holiday Tent. November 20th we'll be in Tampa at Bass Pro Shops, 2 p.m. doing a seminar. So hang out and come see us at both of those events, along with Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at Gator Gyms. Next question, how can I find out if I'm in the membership club? If you are in our supporters club, you'd be a paid supporters club member. Remember, a lot of people ask me about the supporters club. That's through Facebook. Facebook actually manages the supporters club. It's an auto payment through Facebook Pay. So if you have questions about your supporters membership or your supporters payment, it's Facebook Pay is what you want to search on the Facebook search bar, and that'll help you manage your subscriptions, because there's a lot of different people on Facebook that offer subscription-based opportunities, and Facebook actually manages all of that because they take a percent. So our supporters club is also managed by Facebook. They take a small percentage, but our supporters club is only $4.99 a month, and it gives you behind the scenes access and access to our private after show and some cool benefits. So check out the supporters group. It's really, really fun, and it's always a good time for the supporters after show. But I can't help you check on the status of your membership. That's in your private Facebook page. Look at the Facebook Pay section of Facebook, and that'll help you out there. Josh just dropped the link into the chat if you want to become a supporter tonight. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. We got time for one more question before we wrap up here, Josh. Let's see. One more question. Will I still be able to fish off the dock above Don's dock after hours? So the boardwalk is what you're talking about. You were able to fish off the boardwalk. Remember, the boardwalk is city property. So city property is not managed by myself or any business. And city property, they recently voted to stop fishing off the boardwalk. So you're not able to fish off the boardwalk, to my knowledge. You used to be able to at night fish off the boardwalk, but you're not able to anymore. I don't know how much that's enforced, but I wouldn't really recommend tempting fate. But I don't believe we are literally the only dock in Johns Pass, the Hubbard's Marina main dock. When we're open for business, you can fish from our main dock. Don's dock, I will try to be able to allow fishing from that dock, but I don't think it's a possibility because, remember, I don't own that property. I'm going to be leasing the business and operating the business, and a lot of liability concerns with fuel hoses and a bar and restaurant and charter boats unloading and loading and people coming on and getting fuel and then having a bunch of people fishing there makes it a little tough. And the previous owners have been very clear that no fishing was allowed. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to come in and change that rule, but we'll definitely talk about it and see what we can do. But our main dock at Hubbard's Marina, that will not change. That'll be hopefully there forever. The landlord over there, we have to redo our lease in, I believe, 2 years. And he's already kind of mentioned that, but that'll be something we fight over for sure. So hopefully we'll be able to continue that in perpetuity. Let's see. Do we have time for one more question? Sneak in a quick one, Josh. Did you already close it? No, we got time. One more. Is it true you guys charge $28 for a box of sardines? Well, a flat of thread fins is around $35. But as far as sardine prices, I don't know what our sardine prices are. I don't know what we pay for sardines. I personally would use the thread fins on the boat. But if you want to use specialty bait in our specialty bait freezer, we purchase it from a wholesaler and just mark it up a couple dollars to pay for shipping, because a lot of the bait that we sell, we don't really make money on. It's more of a service to make it more convenient for people who fish with us. But yeah, if you have any issues with the baits that we offer, you're always welcome to bring your own and not bother with the convenience of having it at the dock. So that's up to you. Keep that in mind. And also want to make sure we remind you guys, again, Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Hopefully we'll see you at Gator Jim's Tackle. Don't forget to check out Hubbard's Marina on TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, the Nextdoor app, Fishbrain, Waypoint TV, Trovo, and Twitch. Make sure you follow our pages, like our posts, and if you see us post anything, guys, make sure you interact with it, like it, comment on it, click on it, because then you won't miss anything else we post, and it helps us to reach more people. So help us out. You see something posted by Hubbard's Marina, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, make sure you comment on it, even a little emoji, thumb up, or a smiley face, whatever. It really helps us out when you comment on our posts, when you like our posts, when you interact with them, especially when you share. So every post you see from Hubbard's Marina, from Captain Dylan Hubbard, like, comment, share. We'd really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you again next week for another episode of our live stream show every Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. And don't forget to check out our TikTok page. We're really putting in a lot of effort there. So like us on TikTok. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. Want to give a quick shout out to our partners and friends over there at Real Animals Fishing Show, Garmin Electronics, Yamaha Outboards, Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Engel Coolers, Salt Strong, and Aquatic Nutrition Sport Fishing Chums. Also, remember, this show was brought to you by our good friends over there at Gator Jim's Tackle, 3301 Pinellas Point Drive South in St. Pete. Come hang out with me, come hang out with Capt. Mike Anderson, and plenty of other fishing legends from around the state Tuesday night. We're on Twitter too, don't worry, Don, but Twitter's kind of rough. It only lets me post 150 characters. I don't like it. And our Twitter kind of blows. I think we've got like 20 people following us on Twitter. So I don't put a lot of effort in on Twitter, even though I kind of should equally put in effort. But you got to kind of pick and choose your battles. And right now that's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and Snapchat. Snapchat as well. We're putting a lot of effort in there too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Hopefully we'll see you next week for another episode. Hopefully we'll see you Tuesday night. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. That's right, Bill Levert. He pretty much beat me to that tonight. Almost said it at the same time. Remember, we'll see you out there on the water. Great weather this week, Monday through Thursday. For you supporters, remember we have our supporters after show. We'll kick that up at 950 supporters after show at 9:50. Hopefully we'll see you all there. Remember, you can become a supporter tonight. It's right at the top of our page. We'll drop the link into the comments once before we end the show, and hopefully we'll see you soon at John's Pass at Hubbard's Marina. Thanks for watching, and let's give away a 39-hour trip. You thought I forgot. I did forget, but Josh had it up, thankfully. He's good at reminding me. Let's see who won our 39-hour trip for one guest. Willie Munoz. Congratulations, Willie from Lakeland. Big old win there, Willie. We hope to see you all soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for another episode, and we'll see the supporters in 15 minutes on the Supporters After Show in the supporters group. Thanks for watching, y'all.